And we are back. This is Gabi, and I'm teaching vocab acquisition. We are going word by word through the Compréhension de l'Écrit documents of the Government of Canada in order to pass the Compréhension de l'Écrit test, whether we are a public servant for the government SLE test, or perhaps you are learning for yourself. This is a professional form of language. We are looking at office talk. Alors, without further ado, let's jump right back in. We did in the first quick segment here, the first video, we did question 1, 2, 3. Well, not quite. We covered the paragraph, the text. Now, let's go down and look at the rest of this question, this document here. Now, please bear in mind, we do not want to answer the questions. We don't care about the answer. This will be irrelevant to us. Answering the question will not make us feel better. It will not be a win. It will most likely be a trick question, trick answer. We are strictly looking at words for our own benefit, to feel good. We want to learn the words. Alors, word by word, let's move forward. I want a lot of text. I want you to pick it up quickly and comfortably. Question 1. You will notice question, question. I could tell you that most of the time, en français, en anglais, we will have TION words. And TION words are almost always the same. They are not almost all the same. They are not always the same. They will not be inevitably always the same, but they are almost always, and that's good enough. What I mean by almost, I mean like 98% of the time. There are a few exceptions. We don't want exceptions just yet. We want wins. We want to feel comfortable knowing that if I talk about cooperation, coopération, declaration, déclaration, emancipation, émancipation, participation, participation, planification, planification, and so on. So when you see these words, surely people will tell you, oh yeah, but in France it's different. It's not. It really isn't. We want to feel comfortable here. We are picking up a lot of stuff. There are a few words. And if you get them wrong, it's your second language. But let's go with TION, TION. Alors, question, question, suggestion, suggestion. And why do I insist on saying this? Because I feel a lot of language schools want you to start with exceptions and mistakes and misunderstanding. And the more confusion, the more stress and all that is brewing for you to be there for a long time, which is very profitable for most. I am against abusing of that form of abuse. Let's get in there. Question. Alors, I will tell you that these are generally always true. You know what? I'm going to start right away. This will be our prime candidate for this video. I'll put it in huge. Put it in huge, Gabby. Is that huge? That's huge, all right. Now, I tend to run out of space. I'm going to be a little more conservative here. A little more precaution. A little bit more precaution. Precaution would be wise. So it's slowing us down here, but that's how big it is. You should feel that way, my friends. Okay. Question, question. Now, allow me to revert back to a proper format. Question 1. Selon le texte ci-dessus, selon means according. According. And it's generally selon moi. According to me. Selon moi. Selon vous. According to you. You, because I like to call you vous. Because I'm proper like that. Selon vous. Selon le texte. Le texte, you've guessed it, it means the text, the document. Alors, selon le texte, according to the text, si and la are very fun words in the French language. Si and la are crucial words. They are crucial words because they stand for ceci and cela. I will not be doing grammar here. Why? Because it's a whole other segment. But Ceci and cela mean this here and that there. And that broke down to ici. Ici means here. I will put that in lower cap. Ici. Ici means here. Là means there. And if I say dash si, that will mean here, like the problem here. Le problème, ce problème-ci. Ce problème is usually with ce, and ce is this. This problem here, that problem there. Ce problème-ci. Ce problème-là. That problem there. Yet, we are not concerned with this. Tell yourself, ici, which means here, is the long-worded version, the full version of si. Si meaning here. Here and dessus, you should know, dessus means above, on top of. Ci-dessus, here above. D'accord. Now, we're going to stick to this. We're going to stick to this for now. We want some quick vocab. You will notice that I'm translating these words, dessus, above. You might have heard, you might have been told, and I will be talking about this in other segments, in other playlists, but here we're trying to do just vocab. I'm trying to limit how much grammar I give you, but if you want to understand a sentence, some of the stuff is going to, I have to at least highlight it to some extent, to show some. Mais, but. What I mean here is that some language schools would like you to think that basically French only. That's the only way to learn. You have to be fully speaking French only, spoken to in French only, and so on. I am a strong advocate against that idea. You've already gone through speaking one language only. You've already gone through that whole process with mom and dad or whoever took good care of you. But let's go with the idea that we do speak a language. We already speak a language. It's very convenient for someone who cannot translate, who cannot give you the explanation in English, who cannot teach you French, to tell you, well, listen to me only. And only one language. And so, sure, eventually you'll pick up every word. But it's a lot like going through your entire childhood again. If you want to go through your entire childhood again, probably not. I'd say if we could choose our parents, we probably wouldn't choose them as French teachers. Alors, we don't want to go through that whole pain of going through every word the hard way and having to pick up. Plus, parents are very attentive. They want you to pick up small things. But all this to say, I do translate words, and that's because I'm a big spokesperson for the idea that you already learned communication. You've already mastered communication. We just need to adapt it to French. You know what a question is. You know what a recommendation is. You know what above means. And maybe there are some terms you are very knowledgeable about. There will be the same kind of vocab in both languages. So, what you should be doing, my friends, you should be writing just like I'm writing here. Dessus equals above, equal signs. French word is the problem. We don't know it. English word, we definitely know the definition. You don't need to go through all that trouble. We don't need to go into the weeds of it. That's how long I want to spend on that topic. I'm sorry I keep interrupting, but as soon with this kind of method, you will be learning on your own. You won't need me anymore, but I'll still be there. Vocab acquisition, I want you to pick up on the idea that it is crucial that you are writing these words down right now. Otherwise, you're just hearing a video. Some people love the idea of, I'll just do this passively. I'll put the video on, and I'll somehow magically learn French by not even paying attention. It does not work. Pay attention. Pay attention. Write it down. We're learning stuff that's, I'm shaving off, we're going to shave off hours of learning, and it's costing us nothing. The least we can do is pay attention. Alors, selon le texte ci-dessus, according to the text here above, one, on is you, it's me, it's him, it's her, it's everybody, it's what we call in English one. One would assume one would get out of the rain if one was wet. It takes one to know one. What's one to do? That kind of concept. One. Also, we could say it's we. Like more, like let's say, for example, in God we trust. We the people, and so on. That is somebody. You, me, him, her, anybody. On. On is everybody, is people. On peut faire. On peut. Conjugation of the verb pouvoir. On peut. On peut, we can. Faire is a crucial verb. I will put it in capital. Faire is to do. It could also mean to make or perhaps to fabricate something. Fabricate is not quite as common, but faire is to make, to do. D'accord. Everything can be do. That's very convenient. It's also very inconvenient for languages. It could be the generic inaccurate word, but it could also really get us out of a jam. If we don't know the word, faire, to do the cutting of the grass. I do the cutting of the grass. Je fais la coupe, or something like that. That will be very helpful for someone in a second language. On peut faire. We can do des recommandations. We can do recommendations. Concernant. Concernant is, you guessed it, concerning. And I will tell you, this is very careful. I need to be careful here. But I will go with en is equal to ing. Now that is true, but that is only sometimes true. And what I mean to say is that it question, 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 question. They work both ways. En becomes ing. Concernant, concerning. Observant, observing. Détériorant, deteriorating. It will make sense. But passant, passant, en passant, by the way, passant, passant, passing. Very good. But it doesn't work the other way around, because in English we use ing in a lot of places. We use it for the past, for the present. We use it all over the place. It does not work the other way around. But if you say ant, it will probably make sense. Now, the verb in front of it might not be the same. It could be, in this case, it is concerning, concernant. Alors, we can make some recommendations. Des. I like to pull out des. I skimmed over it. Des. Des recommandations. Des is not, des means some. Some. And often enough in English, the word des is completely omitted. For example, we will not use the word des, the word some, in English. Alors, if I say the questions were relevant, maybe I'll say questions were asked. Questions could be, would be uninteresting. Questions would be interesting. Something like that. Alors, and what I should say is some questions. We don't say that in English. It's understood. Alors, that is a word or perhaps a concept that sometimes does not exist at all in English. D'accord? Alors, if we start a question, if we start a sentence with des, please understand that is the equivalent of not having the word but having the word some in English. Confusing? Shouldn't be. Let's skip over it. On peut faire des recommandations. We can make some recommendations concerning les lieux. Let's continue. Les lieux, well, that's plural. Les, much like des. Des is some, plural. Les is the, plural. D'accord. That means that lieu could probably be simpler. Un lieu. Un lieu is a location. That's pretty much the exact one word that is not immediately translated here. That is our exception here. Our exception will be a location. In French, location does not mean location. I don't want to be confusing, so I'm not going to tell you what it means just yet. Un lieu means a location. Double check that. Un lieu means location. We could say it's like a place. Perhaps you've heard people say in lieu of. Same spelling. Guess where they got it from? Un lieu is a location. D'accord? So instead of, in place of. Alors, on peut faire des recommandations concernant les lieux à améliorer. The places, location, or a location, a place. Meaning, the place is how we could fix them. Okay, it doesn't really matter what they are trying to get to. We don't want to answer questions. Améliorer, again, I've seen that word a bit earlier, but I'll put it here. Améliorer is to equals to improve. I don't like it here. I'm going to put it over here at the very bottom because we've already seen it. Améliorer is to improve. And great. It just doesn't fit, but I will fix that. Okay, great. Let's continue. Les améliorations sont, earlier we saw is, alors est is, sont is are. Bien. Bien is good. It basically means well. Because, well, it's an adverb. It describes how an action is done. I don't speak good, I speak well, for example. And so, les améliorations sont bien acceptées. Accepter sure looks like another word I know. I'm going to assume that accepter means accepted. Now, I want to point out something. Sometimes, often, a could easily be translated with ed. It certainly looks like a verb. It might not be a verb. In English, verbs or adjectives, descriptive words, for example, it is new, it is blue, it is old, it is cold. Well, those are descriptive words. It is lost, it is accepted, it is requested. Those are describing. They are not doing. It's not I call, I described, I suggested, I accepted. That's an action. You accepted, they accepted, we will accept. That those are verbs. Those are actions. Now, the improvements are well accepted. They are. They are something. They are described here. Alors, that's why in French we will have accepter will be with an E because it's feminine. S, that is grammar. I don't want to get into it. And so, for the sake of our training, I will show you the word like this. It could be the past form of a verb, just like it could be an adjective, a descriptive word. It could be an action or it could be a description word. Same thing in English. Now, English and French are very much in common. We behave and think the same way. We treat the language the same way. What I mean here is that I'm preparing you for picking up some of the stuff on your own a lot faster. At first, maybe to get our gears going, it's taking a bit of time. I appreciate your patience. But the improvements are well accepted. Par is by. Par is by. Alors, par is by. By le personnel, the staff. We saw that earlier. De la bibliothèque. By the staff of the library staff. Alors, here's what's fun in this quick example, in these two sentences. It seems like there's a lot of words in a language. But you know what? It's a lot of the same words we reuse. Oui, invite, inviter, to invite. Inviter, inviter, to invite. Les gens, for those of you who have seen Spanish, gente is going to be spelled much like this. Gens means people. We invite les gens, people. Pre-direct translation. À, to, faire, do, faire, we have it right here. To do. Faire, to do. Des propositions. Tion is equal to tion. Des propositions, we could assume, oh, but in French, it's always the opposite. You've been misguided, my friends. Alors, proposition, not your fault, but people have misguided us on purpose, perhaps sometimes even. Alors, proposition, proposition. Pour, keyword here. We use that all the time. Pour, very common in English, more common in English. I will go with that. Pour, capital, is for. Often used as to. On invite les gens. We invite the people. À faire. Alors we invite not the people, people. We invite people to make, to do propositions. To propose, to suggest. For, to améliorer, improve the services. It's starting to piece together nicely. On recommande, recommander, to recommend, same as in English. Alors, des améliorations, some, des, I seen that here, same words. Des, some améliorations, improvements, in order to. Pour is for or to, but I will give you a few words I like to use. Pour is the same as in order to, which is the same as for the purpose of. Well, in order to, I will go with that. I will stick to that. Pour, in order to, avoir we saw earlier, but it's crucial. Avoir is to have. I want you to always have it. I will write it over here again. Alors, it is crucial. Avoir is equal to have. Crucial word. Avoir accès. Accès, access. O is going to be, OAU is à le, which is at. AUX is à plus les. À plus le is at, masculine singular. Here it's à les, at, but it's plural. Alors, because there are resources. D'accord? Alors, ressources, resources. Same definition, same meaning. I'm seeing a lot of stuff in common. For simplicity and for you to be able to pause, and ideally, you are going to write these words down. That's what I would like you to do. I think you should basically have all the stuff I've been saying here. Writing it down is what you should have been doing. D'accord? I will put that stuff in different colors for our brain to pick that up. I like to use, just so you know, red is for crucial stuff that I think is a major rule of crucial importance in our learning. D'accord? I'd like to think that if I was in a room with you and we're doing stuff on paper, we would use a blue pen and a green pen. Those are standard. A black pen would be confusing here for the content. Things that are pretty close to important, crucial, like my red pen would be an orange pen and all that. We will be using different colors here. Alors, just so you see what I'm talking about here, is that, for example, this content over here is not as clear as it should be. It is of crucial importance. I'll even put it in bold. D'accord. Avoir is to have. That's of key importance. Avoir is to have. And we want that in bold. We want that in bold. We want that in red. D'accord. Être. Anything that's to be. Well, sont, are. And you know what? Bien is extremely common. We'll put that in red also. I'll space them out a bit because bien is not quite as as crucial as son. And this is plenty of teachings here. Alors, my friends, I'm going to give you a chance to double check all this stuff. We are now going to continue moving forward. Again, you will notice we don't want to answer a test. We don't want the answers. The answers do not matter. What we care about is understand the words. If you understand the words, you will understand the question. If you understand the question, then the answer will be obvious. Let's continue moving forward. Next question, next video. Let's continue.